The HelloFresh meal of today is brown sugar bourbon pork meatloafs with apple, mashed potato, and roasted green beans. So, let's get started with the meal here. Oh, by the way, this video is not sponsored by anyone. I'm making this video just to show how I cook a HelloFresh meal. So, we have potatoes, apple, green beans, a lemon, green onions, panko breadcrumbs, some sour cream, brown sugar, and this is some kind of sauce, barbecue sauce. Let's go wash some of these vegetables. Okay, I've washed the vegetables. The oven is preheating. Let's see here. It says dice potatoes into half-inch pieces, zest and quarter the lemon, half and core the apple, grate one half on the largest holes of a box grater. Trim and thinly slice scallions, separating the whites from the greens. Mince the whites. Okay, let's start with the potatoes. Okay, the potatoes have been diced. Next thing is the zest and quarter the lemon. Okay, the lemon's been zested. And quartered. Half and core the apple. Grate one half on the largest holes of a box grater. Start with coring the apple. Apple's been grated. Okay, the apple's been cored and half of it's been grated. Trim slightly thin the scallions, separating the whites from the greens. Okay, the scallions have been sliced. Place the potatoes in a medium pot with enough salted water to cover by 2 inches. Bring to a boil and cook until tender, 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, the potatoes are on. Make the glaze. While the potatoes cook in a small bowl, combine the barbecue sauce, a teaspoon of brown sugar seasoning, a teaspoon of the brown sugar bourbon seasoning, and a squeeze of lemon juice. Okay, I have the barbecue sauce, brown sugar seasoning, some lemon juice, and a little salt and pepper. So I'll set this aside. In a large bowl, combine the pork, grated apple, the scallion whites, panko, remaining brown sugar seasoning, and salt and pepper. The pork. I'm going to add in here the grated apple. Now, because I'm making this for one person, I'm just going to make one meatloaf. The directions say to make 2 meatloafs, but I am just going to make the one. The directions say to put the meatloafs on one half of the sheet and then cover with the glaze that we have sitting aside here. Okay, I have the meatloaf covered in the glaze, and now I'm going to put this on the top rack for 10 minutes. Okay, meatloaf is in the oven. Meanwhile, trim green beans. If necessary, toss in a medium bowl with a drizzle of olive oil. I'm sorry, it just says drizzle of oil, but I'm going to be using olive oil. And then salt and pepper. What I'm just going to do here is there's some of these ends on the green beans. I'll just trim those off. And I kind of like cutting the green beans in half. Extra virgin olive oil. Salt and pepper. Okay, set this aside for a few minutes and wait for the meatloaves to be 10 minutes in the oven. Okay, that's been the first 10 minutes. I'm going to lower the tray here. I think that's up a little bit too high. I'll put this back in the oven for another 10 minutes. I'm going to check to see if the potatoes are ready. Potatoes are done. Meatloaves and green beans are in the oven. Potatoes just got finished. So now I can mash them, and I'm going to add the sour cream, 2 tablespoons of butter, and salt and pepper. Put in the butter, putting in the sour cream. Putting in the salt and pepper. Okay, potatoes are mashed. The heat is off. I'm just putting them here, setting them aside, putting a lid on it to keep them warm. Okay, next steps. I need to wait for the meatloaves and the green beans to cook for 10 minutes. Pull them out, put the remaining glaze over the meatloaf, put them back in for 5 minutes, and then I'll temp them to make sure they're up to temperature. Then we'll be ready to serve. I'm going to check the temperature of the meatloaf with the instant read thermometer. Now on here it says for pork 145 degrees Fahrenheit. It used to be 165. This was changed not too long ago. I'm still going to cook a little over 145, but it still has some time to go yet. The green beans are almost done. Actually, I may take those off so they don't get burnt. I'll put this back in the oven for another, let me temp it just to get an idea on where we're sitting at. Okay, we're only at like 130. The green beans will be tossed with the lemon zest. These are starting to cool off a little bit. I may end up putting them in a microwave for 15 seconds just before serving to warm those up. Just want to see where we're at with the temperature. Okay, we're at 153, so we're good. Okay, dinner is ready. So we have the mashed potatoes with sour cream, a little bit of chives on top. We have the brown sugar bourbon meatloaf, and again, I just made one. We have the green beans, and I topped it off with a little bit of the lemon juice. Then I had some leftover apples, and so I put a little lemon juice over them, and I have a little bit of apples on the side. So let's give it a taste. As always, mashed potatoes are very good. This is a little bit of a rough mash. Some people like it a little creamier, but this is how I like it. Green beans are good. I pulled them out a little bit early. They were getting dark, and I was afraid I was going to burn them. Now for the main course here. You see the steam rolling off of this. That's good. It's really, really good. Let's try one of these apple slices. Good. Like I said, I put a little lemon juice over the top, and really adds to the flavor. well, I'm going to call this a wrap and eat my dinner. So, till next time, I'll see you later.